So we did get a solo Sikoa return last night, which I predicted. However, I predicted that the match between Cody J, Jacob, and Tama was going to end in a DQ because of Solo, and it didn't. Cody and Jay got the win, and then Solo Sikoa came out at the end, like as the credits were about to roll, and thumb down Cody Rhodes, if you will. So I do find this a little interesting because I didn't think that we were going to go back to a Cody and Solo feud, and maybe that's not what's going to happen, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because I can do that sometimes, as we all can, but I won't speak on behalf of everybody, but I would say more than half of the IWC does not want to see Cody Rhodes have another bloodline story. I don't think it's doing anything for anyone at this point. That feud between Kevin and Cody was so good. I really don't want to see Solo and Cody again. And don't get me wrong, I do think that Solo and Cody put on some pretty good matches, but I don't really feel like that's where the story's at. However, I do think it will be interesting because I feel that while Solo was in the tribal chief position, if you will, I feel like that they were kind of holding him back, almost like I've heard a couple people use this term, like almost like they had a leash on him and were like, you're not, like wouldn't let him go and unleash him, if you will. So it does feel like since Solo lost the Ulafala and was gone for like the last month, it does feel like that they were like unleashed Jacob and were like, okay, now go. And he's been wrecking havoc on everyone. He's been getting mic time. He's been incredible. And if you were to compare the dominant factors right now, Jacob 100% is way more dominant than Solo. Now, that doesn't mean that Solo can't be dominant, because he definitely was the enforcer before he, parted ways with, we'll call him the original bloodline. But I find that it will be interesting because I don't see Jacob letting Solo take over that power again. If they were to team back up, maybe they won't do anything again, but my fear is that we are going to see Solo and Jacob wreaking havoc on each other in the near future, which honestly would probably be a really good match, but usually I can kind of pinpoint and be like, oh, I think that's going to happen, and I really have no idea what they're going to do with this story, but I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen.